everyone, it's Dahlia and welcome back to Make It Monday with Bob's Mill. I'm so excited to be here, and today I'm going to teach you how to make gluten-free molten chocolate lava cakes. They are so delicious, and you can make them for Valentine's Day or for any other occasion that you like. They don't have that many ingredients, so they're pretty quick and easy to whip up. This recipe is going to make 4 8-ounce ramekins, but you could double it, you could half the recipe to make as much or as little as you like. So let's get started. So we're starting with our melted chocolate mixture. Now it's really easy, and you really don't have to worry about your chocolate burning because we're going to be adding sugar and coconut oil. So I know lots of times when you melt chocolate, it's like finicky. Sometimes it could burn if you overheat it. This way, as long as you keep this on a low heat, you'll be fine. So I'm adding coconut oil to a pot. It could be solid, it could be melted already, like just from sitting out. It just depends on the temperature of your room. And you could also use vegan butter in place of this. So I have 4 tablespoons of refined coconut oil going in here, and then I have a half a cup of cane sugar. You could also use powdered sugar. Then I'm going to add in a bunch of chopped chocolate. So I have here mostly bittersweet, but there's a little bit of semi-sweet chocolate mix in there. I think bittersweet works so well in this recipe, but you could go with any chocolate that you love. So we're gonna mix this up, and then we're gonna cook this on a low heat on the stove for about 1 to 3 minutes, just until the chocolate is completely melted, and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so chocolate is melted on the stove. I just turned off the heat. You wanna make sure to turn it off just as soon as it's melted. And now we're gonna make the egg mixture. So I have here eggs. I'm gonna crack 4 eggs into the bowl. After the eggs, we are going to add in a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of instant coffee. I think this just helps enhance the flavor of the chocolate, but if you don't have it, don't worry, you cleave it out, or you can make a little bit of coffee and dissolve it in water and then pour it in here, but don't do a lot. And then we're gonna do a teaspoon of vanilla extract, pure vanilla extract. It's always my go-to. And then we're gonna give this a whisk. And as you whisk it, you should see that most of the coffee granules will dissolve. And it makes sense because instant coffee could dissolve in a cold liquid. It doesn't have to be hot to dissolve. And it's all right if there's a couple little granules left over. Sometimes that happens. Next, we are going to pour all of this yummy chocolate mixture in. And you want to mix it really fast afterwards to make sure that the melted chocolate, which could be a little bit warm, that it shouldn't cook the eggs. So we're going to add this in, give it a whisk. It's going to get a little bit thick, which is totally fine. And then lastly, our Bob's Red Mill gluten-free 1-to-1 baking flour. This is my favorite gluten-free flour. I always go to it. Oh, it's already measuring cup in here. And I just love it so much. So just a half a cup of this. And it's great that this already has xanthan gum, so it's going to provide some structure to your cake batter. And I guess just whisk slowly at first, or else you make a mess like me. You don't have to overmix it. I mean, this is a gluten-free batter, so if you overmix it a little bit, it's not the end of the world because you're not developing the gluten. But I just don't think it's necessary to mix it longer. So I'm gonna go grab the ramekins. We're gonna put them into the ramekins and then get this in the oven. See how fast that was? Grease your ramekins with either some baking spray or some butter and sugar. And then we are going to measure out our batter into the ramekins. So these are 8-ounce ramekins. I'm going to start with about a 1/3 cup of batter in each one, and then I can always add more. You can make these in smaller mini ramekins. You can make them in slightly larger ones, but I think that the 8-ounce ramekins are the perfect size for this. Next, I'm going to bake these at 400 degrees for about 12 to 15 minutes. Okay, so let's pop out one of these little chocolate molten lava cakes. I'm so excited. Okay. Gotta be careful because the little ramekins are pretty hot. So I'm just gonna flip it onto a plate. Hopefully it comes out nicely. Oh, I'll use this to pick it up. Oops. Okay, let's see how the inside of this looks, and then I'll put some whipped cream on it. Ooh, look at that. I think I may have overbaked by like a minute, but it still has the fudginess. So bake it for a little bit less time if you want more of a runny center, and if you prefer the cakiness, bake it the full 15 minutes. So I'm gonna add a little bit of coconut whipped cream. You could add some raspberries, strawberries, whatever you like, or even ice cream. Let's give this a try. It's probably really, really hot right now. Yum. So good. Definitely make this. So if you want to give this recipe a try, which I really think that you should test it out, especially for Valentine's Day coming up, head to my website. It's rainingflour.com. You can find the full recipe there with written instructions. And definitely tag me in a picture if you make this recipe at home. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.